What's up, guys? We're going to listen to this black woman tell a story of another black woman who was trying to open a beauty supply store, but she was getting blocked basically by Asians in the community who already had beauty supply stores. And she's going to tell the story of how they had to go through, how you have to go through them in order to get your own beauty supply store and how they would say no. And if they did, you basically SOL. Let's let her talk and then we'll unpack some of this.
So I did not know that in order to own a beauty supply store and get supplies from a distributor, you have to get the permission of other beauty supply stores surrounding your area. I did not know that. And what she was saying was a lady named Matisse was trying to start a black owned beauty supply store, but she could not get the distributors to give her products because all the Asian beauty supply stores said no. So you have to get the permission of all the surrounding beauty supply stores in order to get products from the distributor, which I knew because I figured something was wrong every time a black person tried to open up a beauty supply store.
And I can relate to this because I've heard these stories. I knew of a guy that, black guy that tried to do this himself. And he was basically selling her out of his car, every chance he could get because he couldn't get what he needed. So, and I've heard these stories many times. I mean, from across the country over the years that this was the case, that you had to go through Asian people in order to start a beauty supply store because they had the markets cornered and then they wouldn't let you get in because you were black. And it's sad because the products they sell are marketed and made popular by black people, but you won't let black people own it. But our faces are on these products. Anyway, she's got more to say. Let's let her keep talking and we'll come in at the end.
What kind of law is that you got to get the approval of all the surrounding beauty supply stores? So that's like a monopoly. So the Asian beauty supply stores have a monopoly in our neighborhood where we can't open up a beauty supply store and get supplies from the distributor because they are saying no. But yet you keep going buying your products from Asian beauty supply stores. Yet you keep going buying your products and food from Asian markets. This is why we can't get anything. And they're in our area. How the audacity of them to say no. But I tell you what, if we stop shopping with them, we can dry them up. There will be no Asian beauty supply stores in the area to ask. But see, we need to get on one accord. That's where we start doing the supporting the black businesses only. And I mean only. That's where we need to start doing group economics with our people only. They are holding us back. And see what they say, there's no systematic racism. But to me, if you're in my community, surrounding my community as well, and I have to ask you to use the distributor that's everybody else is using in order to fund and to fill my beauty supply store, even though I still got to pay for those products. It's not free. They're still paying for the products from the distributor. So it's not like they're giving you anything. All they're doing is saying, okay, you can use the distributor. But without their okay, you cannot use the distributor. That's why when we do open beauty supply stores, it costs us hundreds of thousands of dollars out of our pocket because we can't get that wholesale price that they're getting. And then we keep going there buying stuff from them because their stuff is cheaper. Their stuff is cheaper because they're using a distributor that they won't allow black people to use, and they're in our communities. The audacity. How? And how are we not boycotting these Asian-owned beauty supply stores? They don't care about us. They don't support our community. They don't put anything back into our community. And they blocking us from using the distributor. And they're keeping us from starting starting these businesses in our own community? You really done had it, huh? It's time to boycott all Asian businesses. I keep telling y'all, the Arabs, the Albanians, the Chaldeans, the Mexicans, the Asians, especially the white people. Man, these people don't care about us. They're not gonna help you use their distributors and their suppliers to be their competition. But yet, how many Asian stores are around? How many Arabic stores are around? How many Mexican stores are around using the same distributor? But soon as a black owned business come along and say, hey, I need to use these same distributors in order to get the wholesale prices so I can open my store, they say no. In our neighborhood, are you going to keep supporting people who are blocking your people from owning their own stores? Are you going to keep supporting this? Come on now. We got to find a way to bypass all these Asian markets, all these Arabic markets, all these Chaldean markets, all these Albanian markets, all these Mexican markets. Because you know what? While we sitting here watching them grow, while we're sitting here supporting their kids and sending them to college, while we're sitting here patronizing their businesses, they're blocking ours. What a way to say thank you to the black community. SMH, Farm Girl out.
So after watching that and listening to what she said, what do you guys think? I think it's true. I've heard this before. I've heard the story. I know of someone that went through this. So I think it's true. I think it still holds true today. I think it's always held true. How else do you block somebody out? You don't think it's that there are that many black women and black men who would love to have a beauty supply store after coming to the realization over the last 20, 30 years that a big chunk of billions of dollars of black dollars are going to Asian businesses that never do business with black people. I mean, even if you don't take it that far, what better business to start than something that is related to what you personally spend your money on? As a black man, if the women in your family are into weave and hair care products like that, and the nails and all of that, you're spending your money for your wife, your girl, your daughter to go to these places. If you're a woman, you're spending your money for yourself, your daughters to go there. If you're a young girl, I mean, what young girl doesn't like to get pampered like a princess and feel good by getting done up? You know what I'm saying? So, what better industry to go into, and why do you think there's not a push into this industry, but there are into other ones? But it's because of the block out that we've been blocked from, the silent boycott that Asians have had against us forever. I mean, it's never not existed, because if that was the case, then we would have them shopping in our stores, buying our things, but we don't have that. So, anyway, I'm out. Get in the comments.